Who shall I paint? Taylor Swift? Drake? Donald Trump? Jan Leeming! So, Jan Leeming. Why the hell am I painting Jan Leeming? Well, yesterday I was painting the Iranian Embassy siege of 1980, of course. And the footage I used as my reference material was Jan Leeming reading the news, reporting on it. So I thought, well, I'll paint Jan Leeming as well, which is what I'm doing now. Obviously. So yeah, that siege is burned into my memory. If anyone doesn't know, there was 1980, there was a hostage situation at the Iranian Embassy in London. And I think it lasted for 10 days before troops went in. And this was live on TV. It was the SAS went in. And the footage was remarkable. These soldiers, I think there were 4 of them, gaining access to the building via the balconies, and they were throwing looked like some sort of smoke bombs or grenades into one of the rooms through the window, and then stormed in. You could hear gunfire and everything, and it was crazy. Really crazy. I've just noticed I painted Jan Leeming the wrong colour here. What? She looks ill, jaundiced. I was meant to mix this with white. Oh dear, don't know what I'm going to do now. See, what's his name? Bob Ross would prepare. There we go. He would do a test painting first. Vic Reeves does as well for his programmes. Charlatans. Charlatans. That's what I say. If you can't get it right first time, you're not fit to call yourself an artist. Oh dear, oh dear. But anyway, yeah, so I painted the Iranian Embassy siege. I was stuck for stuff to paint. I was kind of getting really frustrated about what the hell do I want to paint. There's lots of things to paint, but it's where I wanted to paint. And I thought the Iranian Embassy siege was something which it's been on my mind for a couple of years, probably on and off. It's like, I'll paint that one day. But you look at the still and it's like, it looks difficult to paint. Looks difficult. And I thought, well, I'll just sit down and try it. And then it's like, well, what's the most unlikely medium? Like, well, choose watercolour, the most delicate of mediums. So, and there's the results. There it is. See the SAS guys. There's 1, 2, 3. There's another guy already jumped in. So yeah, thought I'd do that. Worked out all right. So that incident, it was like breaking news. Proper, it was a news flash, as they were then called. And it was a news flash at a time when a news flash was something big. You know, now you get a news flash if Gary Barlow's chipped a toenail or something. This was big, a news flash. I feel like, I'm going to check off memory here, it may be wrong. I feel like it was on a Sunday. I feel like it was summer, because I think it was evening-ish, but it was still light. And you were watching these troops go in as it happened. I don't know if there was any sort of delay on that footage or not, but it was remarkable. Now, what's interesting is that I remember watching it, but did I see it? Or do I remember the news footage afterwards? You know, I remember what it looked like, but did I actually see it happen live? Or is that just me not remembering properly? And I really don't know that. A lot of people my age say they remember it. But again, did they see it happen, or did they see the news reports afterwards? I'll never know. I'll never know that. I was only a kid, very young at the time. I think one of the first live things I remember that was kind of big and shocking was Tommy Cooper dying on stage during, I think it might have been a Royal Variety performance, and that was live on TV. He collapsed to the floor. Everyone was laughing. They thought it was part of his act. And then the curtains shut. Now, when the curtains closed, they didn't quite cover him. I remember seeing a hand coming out, people trying to grab him, and then it went to a break. And that's the first proper thing, like big live event that I can vividly remember. I remember seeing it. That was quite... And it wasn't shocking at the time, it was funny. It was only afterwards, when it was announced, that you realised what you'd actually watched. Quite a thing. But yeah, with the Iranian Embassy thing, it was one that... It's been repeated so many times in various documentaries and stuff, and that footage is so familiar that I no longer remember if I actually did see it happen at the time. I feel like I've got Jan Leeming's face a bit too wide here. Let's just do a her. See what happens. Should probably use the smaller brush for a hair, but I'm in now, aren't I? Oh, it's starting to make a bit more sense now the hair's been added. I thought I'd do acrylics. It feels like it's been a while since I painted acrylic. I don't always paint acrylic. It's not my favourite medium anymore. It used to be at one point, but I've kind of fallen out with it. Not sure why. I just have. I'm also painting this, not just because I painted the Iranian Embassy thing, which is this is why I've got this subject, but I didn't have to paint it on YouTube. I just thought it'd be funny. This is guaranteed to be the only Jan Leeming portrait video on YouTube. I can guarantee you that. So it's first. You're witnessing history here. Okay, it's looking a bit better now. I mean, it's not looking much better. I'm gonna do just a few bits. Her top rises up at each shoulder. Bad tailoring, I think, or dressmaking. Is it tailoring for men and dressmaking for women? And if so, why? Why does it need different terms? I don't know. Ba-ba-ba. Okay. That's all right. It's a very wonky little painting, this. And I think one thing about acrylics that it just takes ages to wash your brushes and that, and I'm not that keen on all the mess. Watercolour is so much more delicate and not delicate, petite, you know, everything's small, certainly in what I'm doing, and kind of easy to clean and that. The best, I think, is oil painting, but I don't know enough about oil painting to really do justice to it. I've done the odd oil painting, and I would like to do more, but I've only used water-based oils, and I would like to try proper oils, and get them like really so it feels like I'm painting with like thick double cream, just goes on smoothly. You can get that bit with gouache, it's quite good for that. What's great about oils is that mostly opaque, so you make a mistake, paint over it. Great for that. I struggle with acrylics to really go over stuff, and you've always got to be adding white to your base colour to make that colour opaque, but then you take the colour down, your saturation, by adding the white, so then you've got to add more colour, and you just end up using the full tube or you've got the right tones and that. Right, let's go in with face. Might need some more paint. See, and this paint, this black, kind of thick, and yeah, I'm just moaning about paint here, aren't I? I'm not making excuses for the art, I'm just not totally keen on using it. It's alright though. Not the first newsreader I've ever painted, Jan Leeming. I've also done a John Humphreys painting. He was reporting from the studio on the Falklands War. Yeah, there's a little theme, isn't there, here, of newsreaders reporting on momentous events from my childhood. Things that would probably frighten the life out of me. I don't remember if the Iranian Embassy siege frightened me, but I wouldn't be surprised if it had done. Need to shape her chin. I'm bending down all the time because there's my cleaning rag is on the floor. Let's put it over here instead. Let's try that. Right. Let's try some of this. So we need a lot of shade under there. Got some raw sienna, which is gonna need toning down. This is currently the colour of poo. We don't want that. Try that. Probably needs to be a bit more of the poo colour. Okay. That's all right. That's all right. We're all right. Doesn't look like Jan Leeming, this, by the way. No. But it does look like a random person. There we go. Not too bad, actually. There's a hint of red, which I think adds some really nice bit of highlights, but I'm gonna do that in a bit. Gonna do the background. Now the background in the original is a horrible beige colour. Again, the colour of poo. I'm gonna use this blue because I like it. Oh yes, now you're talking. Now you're talking. I know it's not true to the source material, but that's fine. Because I'm also thinking that this reddy highlight I'm going to be putting down is going to look good with it. And I do use this colour a fair bit, or similar colours, turquoise and stuff like that. Quite like the varieties of blue that you can get. Let's switch to my right hand. What a show off. That looks good, doesn't it? Really strong colours there. See how it makes our skin tones stand out a bit more as well by using that blue. If I'd have used this beige colour of the curtain she's sitting in front of it, she would have faded into the background, and really didn't want that. I'm going to put some white highlights on her face. In this. So, and on the shoulder as well, just there. And there's a bit of a highlight going up there. Going for a bit of an adamant vibe. Might dab them, lift a bit off. And I think I'll be able to see that, just move it around a bit before it's fully dried. I think it's looking a bit muddy now, but I can work some of this colour back. Just dabbing at it. Dabbing at it makes me look like I know what I'm doing. It's actually just a long process of making it worse before it eventually gets better again. That's all right though. I'm squinting at it, often helps you see it a little bit better, and I like that. So now let's do this interesting red. And I'm going to use, what have we got? It's called Brilliant Red. Rouge Brilliant. Brilliant! It's just the same as this vermilion hue that I'm using, but never mind. And it needs a touch of blue. A bit white, okay. Sorry you can't see my palette. I've just no room, not having palette cam. There, I like that. I like that. There's a hint here, a tiny bit there. That just makes it a bit more interesting. Gives it a bit of life for some reason. Don't know why. Back with the brush work, just cleaning this brush. You can hear the tapping. Not totally pleased with her lips, but I don't know if I'm gonna get them any better. Part of it is the brush, old knackered brush. You hear the adage, don't you? A bad workman always blames his tools. Give yourself every chance you've got. Make sure your tools are good. You know, brush. If your brush is causing you problems, get a new brush. Not too bad. Eyes, the whites for eyes, which aren't actually whites. Usually a very pale grey. Let's do them. And she's got, you can see that heavy eyeshadow on, and liner and what have you. I don't know what it is. That makes it a bit more 1980. Gonna put text on. Gonna put text on this. I've decided. White or red? Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just rehearsing it. No, I'm not. Which means, mesdames et messieurs, that video is finished. The painting is finished, video isn't. Let's do the final bit. This is always a good bit. Let's take the tape off. Try and pull it at a 90-degree angle away like that. You have less chance of tearing the paper. That's my little tip. You don't get many, so make the most of it. Another one. See, tearing the tape's fine, but try not to tear the paper. Well, and as you can see, this has taken, well, you might not be able to see it, it's taken a bit of the paper off there, but it's not too bad. And to help prevent it taking paper off, before you stick the tape down, put it on some fabric. Maybe put the tape up here and then tear it off a couple of times before you put it down. You're taking a lot of the tackiness off it then. I do it along my leg. See, and this has got stuck. There we go. That's all right. And the last piece. Oh, it's looking good. Oh yes, there we go. Jan Leeming, but not Jan Leeming. Famous British newsreader. This is the only Jan Leeming video on the YouTube. Until you go and do your own, yeah? See you next time.